Okay, it says we are live again.
Alright,
We'll see if it's my computer sucks. So I don't know where we left off, but I'm moving into notes on chapter 2. Unless you had more to say on the language stuff.
No.
All right. So I didn't finish chapter 2. We are continuing our discussion from our earlier live stream that got cut off because my MacBook Pro has some glitchy thing on it from Costa Rica. Internet shark guy is trying to get in my computer. I don't know. Whatever happened there. Something funky happened there. My computer's not the same.
Antenna, but yeah, I guess that could be true too.
I don't know what the heck. Anyway, Chelsea and I have been reading The Ethical Slut, /listening to, and I've taken some notes of my readings. I'm only in chapter 2, but the notes I took in chapter 2 to start with, the chapter is called Myths and Realities. And all of these are kind of introductory to polyamory stuff. And the authors are saying in chapter 2 that many of the beliefs that we follow and the practices we enact have evolved to serve the needs of contexts that have long since passed. They question whether modern marriages are the modern monogamous marriages are still serving the purposes that they were designed to serve, which they talked about, like binding families and enhancing economic survival and all this kind of stuff. And they said they wonder whether factors like love and comfort might be more important now to people. They wonder whether divorce rates are higher now, in large part because we're not as economically dependent on our partners as we have been in the past. And so, we tend to move more toward the love and comfort or whatever it is. They just throw some questions out there about, like, if we're just blindly following, these practices of our culture, are those practices really appropriate for today, right?
That's an important point.
Yeah.
I think it's easy to presume that things that we've inherited, practices and ideas and whatever, biases, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's natural for us to think they just go on forever.
Right.
And what's actually happening is that human beings are changing all the time. Socially, relationally, we're changing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, for sure. It just reminds me of guys that we've talked to. It's 2021. We're open to some new stuff.
I mean, this is the far unimaginable future of my childhood.
It
I never
is.
expected to see this year.
Yeah, right?
Pure science fiction.
Dude, I remember when 1984 seemed like it was going to be a long ways away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was all scared. Nuclear war in 84.
Wasn't even around, dude.
It was a zeitgeist.
Yeah.
A spirit of the real possibility of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it was all, we've lived through some weird shit. Yeah. Shut up. She's just already planning for her next guy. Wait. When she shoved me away. Well, she's like, you gotta give me 30 good years. Right?
I'm like, well, something, man.
30 years. You can't fall apart for 30 years. Yeah. Which I don't plan to, but
Yeah.
I don't want to bring it back to the foot, but I want to get
I know,
to
that's-
the conversation. You know,
I've had a lot of injuries more injuries the last couple of years than
No, you have.
I
though.
typically would have.
I know.
And it gets me paranoid. I'm like,
Me too.
am I cursed? What's going on? Yeah,
Got the same questions.
yeah,
Sometimes I wonder if we're cursed together.
yeah. You never know.
Right? We could get really paranoid.
Yeah. So yeah, but no, I agree that we can't we gotta like Alan, when he was teaching me the Blackfoot stuff, when he was transferring to me the beaver bundle, he always modernized, even against what is the fashion here in general. There was like, for instance, I'll give you a couple of for instances.
Oh.
Traditionally Orthodox, nobody reuses a sweat. You build the sweat lodge. You leave your willows and your rocks and all that jazz. Everything you use is dead, gone there. That's part of your offering of the stuff you've shed and gone. Hey, but times have changed to where like everybody's living on the reserve. There's more people in a concentrated area, and so the willow supplies have greatly diminished, especially with the kind of like the renewal of Blackfoot traditions, such that it's like this sweats every weekend. It's like it's a weekend thing. It's like a church thing almost. Still Blackfoot tradition, but it's like being scheduled. Like it's not in response to phenological events. It's like this Sunday we're having this sweat, or Mother's Day or whatever, right? So anyway, it's happened all the time. So where there's not enough willows. Well, there's still willows. People still pick wood, but everybody knows the willow population is diminishing, and now you got to like hide your source of willows and stuff, be sneaky, and it's getting harder and harder to find. But Alan, he told us, well, when you guys are putting up your sweats because of what's going on with the willows, it's not appropriate for us to just keep cutting willows. So if you can, like, unless you're doing something really, really important with your bundle, but if you're just cleansing your bundle because you're gonna have your ceremony and stuff, your regular stuff. But if somebody's dying and made a vow and you're doing stuff for them, make a brand new sweat. But if you're just doing your regular stuff, reuse one of your lodges. Reuse those willows that you have there. Hey, he did that. There was one time we showed up to a ceremony. I forget whose ceremony we went to, but they didn't have their rattles. Hey, they didn't have the rattles. So Alan's like, well, like you got some like Coke bottles or something, plastic bottles. So we put rocks in plastic Coke bottles, and we did the whole beaver ceremony with plastic Coke bottle rattles. And then he put it like that to me. Here, you transferred that. You could use plastic Coke bottles. But really, once you're a beaver man, you can just do shit like that. Hey, like you can whatever you need to do to bring it contemporary, to make it appropriate. One time he came over to my place, and we were going to have our moon ceremony. And he showed up a little bit early, so I wasn't quite ready for him. I was just wearing shorts, t-shirt. Like normally when he'd come over, I'd put on jeans and I'd wear my moccasins, and I might still wear a t-shirt, but I wear jeans and moccasins and be a little bit more modest. I just had on like some, board shorts or something, and I was like, okay, give me a minute, I'm gonna go get changed. He said, why are you gonna get changed? And I said, well, I'm just in my shorts. And he's like, so? Like, You know, nobody was wearing anything special when this stuff was created. Like, like the sun doesn't care what you're wearing. You know, sit down. Let's do the ceremony.
Mhm.
You know, so that's what we did. Like he would get to the quick of stuff and kind of take out that the BS around protocols, but also like, you know, just like keeping things up to date, hey? Like he's not one that's going to practice something just because it's, you know, just because that's what's always been done. He's going to want to know why it was done that way.
Yeah.
How was it originally transferred from the animals and stuff? What did it mean, you know? And how do we use it today? That kind of thing. So, yeah, adapting to the now. So relationships, I agree. Like we're out, you know, they're out of date. Hey, they're not functioning right. They're not lasting. Maybe they're not supposed to last. But if they're not supposed to last, why are we being told they're supposed to last? So that we get all traumatized and shit, you know? So
yeah, when did we get told that? Who was telling us? How did it come to be that this is how we came to think?
well, my parents were living that stuff. I don't know.
My parents are still living it.
Okay, look, I'm going to put both feet in my mouth and see if I can get room for one more here. But it looks like most of the geese, and there are certainly exceptions, they choose one mate for life. And if I'm wrong, by all means correct me.
Well, you're not wrong, but you're not right, because geese are fairly monogamous like that. But like if one dies, the other one will get a mate, and sometimes, and the like I don't know if you ever, there's a book that I recommend called The Geese of Beaverbog by Bernd Heinrich, a real important German naturalist. But you know, he documented a goose that he had raised from Gosling that then rewilded, and that goose went through some, and he doesn't know if it was because she was rewilded or not, but she went through originally a couple of different mates for the first couple of years before she actually, you know, hit on the one that seemed to stick for a while. He has a whole book on monogamy, by the way, that I haven't read yet, so I should be reading him too. But
yeah, I mean, I think part of the problem isn't so much that the traditional forms are wrong or don't work. It's that they should have a narrower scope of applicability, right? It's not everyone is just this way. That seems to me.
No, nothing has to be necessarily, like, I know people that are happily monogamous, or apparently seem to be, but you know.
Well, no, I wasn't trying to make the point. I think all I was trying to say is that there's probably some percentage of what we might imagine as natural monogamy in the population. What do you think?
Oh yeah, there.
Chelsea, what do you think? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just curious. What do you make of it?
While she's thinking, I'm gonna give nods to the people that keep saying hello.
Yeah.
Sharon, who said hello twice, hello back now, and Audrey Oki.
But I'm following along, and I know that, well, what I know so far with monogamy and with what we're exploring together, and you guys talking about the birds, but you guys were talking about the geese.
The geese aren't the only species, by the way.
I was thinking of like, I don't know, for some reason I thought with the penguins and stuff too, but I know there's others and probably, but with
How about the
humans, the
coots?
coots, and
They're kind of monogamous. You got a husband and wife coot. Well, I'm cutting you off.
by all means. I think it's comfort too. Well, I think it's a little off topic, but with finding monogamy and getting comfortable with someone, it you find comfort in that person, and sometimes like when you lose it leaves, or you know it's then you have to go searching for another. I know that in some people you may find comfort in many other people, but in others it could be just a choice that they just want to have the one.
Something that I didn't know.
I
I should talk. Zip it.
Yeah, you can interrupt. I'm just thinking.
Well, it's just because what you said reminded me that, like, one of the things in the book that also struck me that they said that I didn't put down in notes or whatever, but that the authors recognize that they see themselves as enjoying complexity and
Mhm.
having a lot of things going on in relationships and stuff. It's like it's like, I don't know. It's like it's their thing to do.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can imagine it being rich or vibrant or dynamic.
Yeah.
I think it's like a lot of it too is like finding the people that you can do it with too. Like for me, it seems like right now I'm just tired. I just think it could be kind of exhausting though, like to give so much to so many people, and at the end you're like, well, how do you save some for even for yourself in the end, and like he give it back to you when you're so busy giving, giving, and giving, and giving, and giving. Well, you kind of need to prioritize yourself too. I'm not saying that like there's a balance in it too. Like you can love a lot of people and nothing wrong with it, and it's beautiful that you could do it. I see it, and we live it. Even like I think of like people, even like when you think of kids too, like a mother with so many kids, you don't just love one of them. If you have many, like several kids, you love all of them. Well, I think of mine, and I think, and it's even could be with relationships, you can't, you just love them. I don't know, maybe I'm off topic, but I'm
No,
getting
not at all.
tired.
I think it's a really important topic. I mean, you said, and I could see in your face that you're tired. Some things can be exhausting. It's not just all stimulating. Some of it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's important. There's theory, and then there's where we are right this moment. Right? And the theory's one thing, and where we are right at the moment might not match up with the theory.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Does it?
No.
No, it's a.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, exploration to try to
Mhm.
take on, to try to overcome, like, not overcome, but just like encounter all of that stuff, but not let it destroy you, all the stuff
Yeah.
that destroys so many,
Mhm.
and not look at it as a destructive, it doesn't have, like, I don't know. This is the thing that I think is that people like Chelsea and I who've been through have had a serious relationship and seen it, like, go under. I can't see myself wanting to go blindly, going back into the exact same kind of agreements and way of living together and stuff like this. That, like,
Mhm.
you know,
Mm.
yeah, I think people that have been through a serious relationship already, you understand polyamory because you love the person you were with before. You still love them,
Mm.
and then now you love somebody else too, and you
Mhm.
love them. Hey,
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
what you're saying is more like my own heart too.
yeah.
But I'm in the relationship usually with
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the new one.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 We're in the relationship too,
Yeah.
but I think both Chelsea and I, like, we like to flirt and stuff. At the very least, we flirt pretty hard
Yeah.
with people, like, where where people like Mahoney would have, like, considered that level of flirt and cheating.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it was,
yeah.
some of what I actually cheated too, but not that she knew a lot about that stuff. But that's a different level.
Mhm.
But even that, though, that can happen if you put up those boundaries.
Mhm.
Then if somebody wants to explore something to that extent, then they have to become like a criminal in the relationship.
Hmm.
It's kind of messed up.
It certainly can be. Sort of depends on what the agreements are and how the couple envisions and embodies those agreements, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when the agreements are unspoken, it can be weird. Things can get weird. And sometimes even when they're spoken, it gets weird.
Mhm.
But when the spirit of agreement is maintained between the couple, then things are better. It's not quite as legalistic, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just thinking out loud.
No, it's true.
So, earlier when you were talking about you got to give Chelsea 30 good years, remember that?
Yep.
Something came to mind.
What? Fuck you. I can do that. You don't think I can? I can do that. Fuck you. I can do
So the
30.
really simple, straightforward, immediate thing is got to have the foot looked at, bro. Because if you got to get 30 more years out of it, we need to take care of that foot.
I know.
That's just that's the simple
I
thing.
know your opinion on the foot at this point.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna keep bugging you.
I'm sure you will.
But, but the other thing is, like, I don't know how to put this. I'm just going to be clumsy about it and say what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
perhaps it is not uncommon that the woman's view or the feminine view, it's more dangerous if I use that word, is long. Right? She's thinking like, okay, I got to keep this madman alive for 30 more years. Whereas the guy's is short. Like, I have to please her today. I have to please her this week. You know, and whatever other things are going on anyway. But I just think it may be common that the woman has a much broader view than the guys, you know, get through the next obstacle today.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I was going through all that, the separation from Mahoney, one of the things that she got most upset with was when I canceled my life insurance. Either she was planning to kill me, or you know, it's that long-term view thing. You know.
Yeah. Well, there's certainly different ways of killing.
That's right.
Done.
But that was, you know, that was a marathon we were racing each other toward, I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it was a sort of a grudge match thing, maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
I could see the moon.
No, we're at the wrong angle.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
So, do you want to hear about their first exercise?
Sure.
All right.
Chels?
I don't think she did the exercise.
I didn't do the exercise.
She got all sick.
Should we taste this for a minute?
What's that?
Huh?
Oh, are you asking Chelsea's permission to let Ryan talk?
I'm trying to be a little less direct than that, but yeah, basically.
He's asking Chelsea, you done talking? Is it okay to let this fucking guy unleash his mouth? His tongue? Oh.
So before Ryan gets off on the notes, which I'm totally down with or whatever, but Chelsea, have you written anything in your journal?
No, nothing yet.
When she was bored and sick, I was telling her, she was like, I can't stand being in bed all day. You gotta get out of bed. Like you're dying. You just stay where you're at. It's like, I need something to do. Get your books. Get your journal.
And I was like, ugh. So it seemed like such a task.
That's interesting. So
I just had no
both
energy to put into it.
She actually likes listening to it while she's on her shift.
I do.
She likes listening to the book while she's on her shift. She's the one that first got that book.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing I find ironic.
Yeah.
Jumping out of bed and going and doing a 12-hour shift, she'd probably be right on that. But getting the journal, you know, and a couple of books and reading and relaxing, no, that's such a task.
Well, yeah, that's what she can't sit still. This is she's Chelsea on the go. That's the thing.
This is the thing. You guys are both like battlefield medics. You know, like if there aren't bullets flying by my head, you know, it's too much work.
I swear, there's nothing like a good drive though. Like a good get in a vehicle and just go in and listening to music and just.
See, I like doing that around town. Chelsea likes doing that out on the reserve to the mountains.
Yes.
You know,
like nothing brings me more comfort and peace. It resets.
It's very personal time.
It is.
And it's protected, right? It's like you're in a little womb going across the land and the sky is there, and yeah, that's the good shit. I think too. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When my mom came to see me when I was sick, she came and she checked on me and my kids, and she was telling me, and she's like, I told her, I was like, I can't, like, I need to go and, sit in here. And then I told her, I was like, but I'm so sore. Like, I had just finished, like, fevering and it just had broke. And I was sitting there and talking to her. And I told her, Mom, like, I can't, like, I need to, like, and I started crying. It's like, I just feel like I can't do nothing. I just feel so stuck. And she just looked at me and she's like, Chelsea, um, this is your home, my girl. I told her, yeah. She's like, love your home. Love your home. Make it your place. I know you don't feel good right now. She's like, but this is your home right now. Start doing things for it. Make it you. When you feel better, start putting in the effort and time that you need for it. And, basically telling me this is my nest. And I know, but she's like, you need to make it more you. I was like, but it is me. She's like, I know. She's like, but you could do more if you need to. Just love your home. I was like, okay, but at the same time, my house probably looked a mess.
Probably because it looks like shit here.
Yeah. And like I just like today, like I got the energy to finally like.
That's not that wasn't when your mom saw it though.
No, it was in rough shape because like I couldn't do, like I was so like just tired and just sick, couldn't do anything. So like had the energy today, so clean when I got back, cleaned up and loved my home.
Laney from the rainy
this is really
Pacific
important.
Northwest. Let's listen
Yeah,
to you
this
talk
is
about
really
your foot, right? Oh yeah.
Go see your doctor. Yeah. You're saying go see your doctor.
All right. Everybody
Yeah,
go see your
yeah.
doctor.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laney. Back me up on this. Back us up. We're a team.
Yeah.
Everybody wants me to see the doctor.
It's
Footsteps.
us for Ryan's foot.
They're gonna
Yeah.
put me. I saved myself the time. Put myself in the air cast.
There
That's
you
what
go.
they're gonna do.
No. Sorry. That's not. Look, first of all, you have to have the right goal. And I know that Chelsea's going to agree with me about the goal.
I hate
I
that
feel
air cast.
intuitively she's going to back me up on this.
Yeah.
There's certain serious things we have to exclude. That's why you need to have it looked at.
Okay.
Not because of what they're going to give you for treatment. I don't give a shit much about that.
That's what I
I
care
want
about.
to exclude certain things that could be really problematical. And then once that's done, I'll breathe a sigh of relief. And if you want to fight with the foot, the air foot thing or whatever, go
I'm
ahead.
going to spend May, June in an air cast again. Is what's going to happen.
That's not the point. The point is we
That's
have
my
to
point.
ensure
That's what I did last year. It sucked.
masculinely.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was
Detached
thinking.
ligaments
Yeah.
that can only be fixed by surgery.
Surgery. That's-
Yeah, but then I gotta have surgery. Do I want to have surgery? Maybe.
If you want to run again.
No, I'm like you. I tend to avoid things till the last moment.
Surgery's bad business though, man. They like that's butcher shit, you know.
They're awfully good at it these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the just to
On
put
the
something on the
brighter
other
side.
side of the scale there.
They
They're really good at it.
They might just use microscopic.
But
But
the
it's
thing is,
good,
we need to
so-
know. We need some more years out of your foot, right? It's
Yeah, I
selfish.
gotta
It's
have my
being
foot.
selfish. It's
I gotta
totally
have my
selfish,
foot.
right? I need more years out of your foot myself, as Darren,
Yeah.
desperately. And so that's why I want you to go to the doctor. I don't give a shit about your suffering or, your toughness or whatever. I just need more Orion foot. Straight up.
Yeah. Well, it could be a bone, like a peg. I'm still gonna hobble around on it.
I won't mind that as long as I know that you're safe and we couldn't have avoided something. Yeah, see, I'm all about the exclusionary principle. Right? I want to know that it's not something really serious. After that, you can be a tough.
Well, it's something serious. For the foot is fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta have it looked at, man.
Yeah.
You have to. Please. I'm sorry to do that. I'm not trying to be like.
Isn't it better?
Well, actually, I am trying to be this way.
No, I would still walk. What I'm saying is, I don't care if it's painful. I'm gonna walk on it. Mm-hmm. But it would be nice for it not to be painful.
Yeah, I get it. We need to rule out possible serious things. That's my only real concern. After that, be as tough as you want.
Well, there's ligaments. There's got to be ligaments pop.
It was so. Foot doctor, look at it.
It was so loud. It was so loud. The popping. It's got to be ligaments.
Yeah, great. It was probably a combination of things. Mm-hmm. I mean, you do say popping. You didn't say a pop.
No, there was multiple pops.
Right. It was crunchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It was pretty bad.
Why did you keep fighting us?
Oh, that's happened to me now twice in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Where I broke bones like audibly, like popping, like ligament popping stuff. Where like the first time the guy just like put the wrong bit of like the right bit, but not right for me, but the right bit of side control pressure on my rib cage and just popped ribs. And
ooh, yeah.
it just audibly pop. And he's like, "Was that your ribs?" I'm like, "Yep." that'll be 6-7 weeks of recovery.
Yeah.
If you're lucky,
yeah. And
no, I mean,
what happened with the foot was close to the same kind of sensation and sound. The audible popping, the wondering, am I really hurt? I might be okay. I might be okay. No, I'm not okay. Fuck, I'm hurt. But that happens with ligaments. So when I actually break bones, shatter bones, it's immediate hurt. That's why the thing. Like I didn't get.
No, I don't think so. It depends on the context.
Well,
whether it's immediate or not, you can have a lot of endorphins flying, and you won't feel it right in the moment. I mean, sometimes it breaks you will, others you won't. But yeah, you can be in enough of a haze that.
How many bones have you broken?
2.
I've broken a bunch of them, and every time I break a bone, I feel like if it's broken. Not if it's like a hairline fracture or something, but if I broke that bone, I'm hopping around, whatever the fuck it hurt, or if my rib, I'm in pain, man. I'm in not good. Yeah, I haven't been able to hide a broken bone, hide the pain of a broken bone, a newly broken bone yet, Tendons and stuff. I've had tendons.
Being too tough all the time.
Yeah. Huh? I'm just saying.
Remember the beginning of our conversation?
I'm just saying what it is.
Yeah.
But tendons and ligaments are different, man. Because I had tendon pop on my finger one time, so this finger just went 90 degrees, and I couldn't do nothing with it. Hey, just went 90. Or I think it was the middle finger went 90, because I remember when they put me in the cast, they had to put the thing straight. It was my middle finger, so I was flipping everybody off for 6 weeks. It's great.
What? in a cast.
But the pain was really negligible with that, like, and the ribs when they popped, it didn't break my ribs, but it popped the ligaments, like it popped them out of their joint and popped that ligament. So
I mean, I don't know the actual mechanics of it. I understand the putative meaning of the language you're using.
You feel like a pressure pain.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've been all kinds of hurt.
But you don't like, it's not like the things, like, it's not the same as having a shattered bone. Not at all. Yeah.
No, we agree about that.
Yeah. So that's the scary thing. That's why, like in jiu-jitsu, there's a lot of caution around ankle locks and knee locks and stuff like that, because you end up popping ligaments, and the people don't know that because they don't feel the pain, they don't tap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the three people I know who were really excited about jiu-jitsu and went to study it, one of them being my son, all of them came back and went like, I don't want to get hurt that bad all the time.
Yeah.
And also things like, I need my fingers actually. And other similar important things.
Well, you got to do it a little more playful. I imagine.
That's the guy with the mangled foot.
Martial arts, you get hurt. That's always been my experience. You go through injuries.
It's true, even in pushing hands, and the guys know that I'm delicate, I still get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get injuries. That's just the name of the game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, it's not the name of the game, but it's part of the game.
Yeah.
And hopefully you play with people who are sensitive enough. Accidents are still going to happen.
Well, you don't want anybody that's going to try to hurt you. That's the thing.
Right.
You don't want to play with somebody that's.
You don't want someone who's insensitive either. Right?
Yeah.
Even in pushing hands, like we check people out before we'll let them push with us, and if they're generally insensitive, then if the best of us wants a piece of that, he'll teach them a lesson about sensitivity.
Yeah.
But if they're just going to be insensitive, we don't want to play with them. Those are people who hurt you just because they can, or because they're not paying attention.
Yeah. Or they're just like it's a lot of immature.
They're too all out.